Kansas Sports HQ here, episode 56. Sheldon Howell, Sean Cutler, and Alvin Dodson with the Cluckers baseball team joins us today in studio. Excited to chat with him a little bit. But first, how's everyone's morning going?
It's going good. Moving and grooving.
Sean, how's your morning, even though you can't hear us?
There. Now we can hear us even better.
Even better.
I'm good.
Just good?
Oh, it's a beautiful morning.
Yeah.
It was dark when I got here.
I was just mentioning that this is the first time I've ever seen Alvin without a hat on, so
I didn't know his hair was that brown.
right.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty thick. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
bad.
Got a good head of hair.
Yeah.
And no, I don't color it. I don't know why my beard's white.
It's-
Stress.
that's-
you know.
If you're gonna have
whatever,
one of
all
them
the
be a
things.
little salt and pepper, might as
Go
well
with
have
the
a
beard.
Yeah.
For sure.
So a little background on Alvin. He came to us with the Cluckers baseball organization through the Summer Ball Showdown. It's been an adventure. They are the wild card. Everybody who knows about the Cluckers or sees the Cluckers, just instant inspiration and upset alert and all of those things since they've been a part of the Summer Ball Showdown. So kind of talk to us about the Cluckers and what they've become.
Well, as far with the Cluckers, for me, it's, with my son playing baseball and all that, was wanting just to be able to, as he got out, kind of help give the experience for these kids that are graduating and going to college, or junior year, they're kind of trying to figure out how to get recruited, and just give them the experience of that college feel of a baseball game, because I don't think people realize the difference in a high school season versus a college season. And the smack talk that's allowed, the difference in the umpires, the speed of the game, and just there's so much difference in those types of games. It just gives them that experience, getting to pick up some of these kids that aren't picked up by other teams, that want a chance to get to know other coaches. And as you know, at the SBS, there's so many different people there, so many connections. Trying to teach our kids some of the stuff that a lot of our society doesn't do anymore, and just go talk to those people and say hi. And it's not just about the Facebook and all the programs you help them get on to get their names out and their stats. It has a lot more to do with that and their attitude on the field. And it's pretty deep for me. I enjoy it. Last year we didn't get to do quite as much upset. We got close a couple times, freaked a few people out, but the years before that, we took it to some of the bigger teams, and it's just a fun time. I've been to a lot of baseball games in my life through high school with my son and some of the other kids I know, and there's nothing better than SBS. I mean, that's why I just keep sticking in there with it.
Yeah, man, it's been fun watching the I would call it like the following of the Cluckers kind of grow over 3, 4, 5 years now. Like, it's just, we have some kids that when they come back into town, like, they want to play on that team, which is kind of neat. Especially just from the origin of where it kind of started. It's just like out of nowhere, and so watching some of these guys want to come back and play, but then also competing in some of these games where you guys kind of encompass the true beauty of the tournament, of where you can come together with a random group of guys that haven't really played much ball together. Some of them have probably played against each other, but not a lot of them have played a lot of baseball with each other.
Right.
And then they come together and put it together for 3 games. They play. They've been in some super competitive games. I think you guys have more of a winning record than a couple of the college teams that have come to the tournament. So that's kind of a cool thing. But it's really cool to hear and see some of those guys. And I know for a fact that some of those, like the younger guys that you've rostered in the past, some of those guys have ended up playing in the KCLB, which is really where I get excited, because I think that's where this whole flow of everything Summer Ball related is kind of the big picture stuff for us, right? Like, we want these athletes to stay here in town, play for us, be competitive, be around the guys that they get to be around. and have some fun and do it. What?
Somebody asked me to wave.
Oh,
I thought you were raising your hand asking a question.
yes.
Hey, Jesse.
There you go.
So I don't know if you know this, but in the first or second year of the Cluckers, one of their players actually got drafted.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did not know that. That,
So-
that makes me
Salinas.
happy.
So there you go. The thoughts behind all of that is there's guys out there with their 18U team, one last ride with the boys, kind of thing, but they're going to go play college ball, and the Cluckers offer an opportunity to actually go play it at a high level through that competition. They get to see everything from kids their age to summer collegiate to some of the older guys who just want to pass down the reins of the game and still love playing with that. So kind of talk about your coaching experience. I mean, of course you guys have a cool logo. We'll get into that later, but
I don't know who made that.
I don't know either. It just happened. But talk about the coaching experience that you have, because you also utilize the Parisi facility to get to know the guys, to get them to hit, get them active, and you're involved in that. So talk through that entire process, how you go selecting and things like that.
It's kind of crazy. It goes back to how we start. We talk about when we started. The first year we started, I think we had Sheldon, like a week. I think what we did was we had everybody come out and said we were just going to play a baseball game, and all these kids came out and played a baseball game over there at the north side fields.
How I think we maybe had
I think,
maybe a week. That might be a little generous.
because I
but-
think there was one. I think there was one team before I came in, maybe that you guys did together. But we got a baseball game playing, and then when we got done, we just it was going to be a tryout. We were going to pick up a team, and there were so many people who were like, okay, well, let's split them up. And we just kind of split them up, and we went and played. And both teams had T-shirts on. I still have it. Actually, was wearing it yesterday, where we ironed the numbers on and had it done in like 3 days before we played ball.
Right.
And this last time, we get to come up here. I think we had about 3 weeks before, because the season's ending. So we just come up here. I have everybody throw pitches so I can see what they have. I don't get to, I get to watch a few pitches. Most of them are in tournaments. They don't get to come in and pitch, 25, 30 pitches. I'm really getting to see like 10 or 15. Like, show me the what you pitch.
Right.
Get everybody in the batting cages, kind of watch them bat. Again, it's just soft pitch, and I'm just kind of going off what I know from their high school days. And then we just put a roster together. Like, it's not the first couple games when we're in pool play, I move people around and see where they fit. And it's crazy how good these players are that they just mesh. Like, I say, what do you play? I write it down, and then I sit there all day long playing with how to get some playing time, and then by the time we get to the tournament, we've kind of got a set roster.
Yeah,
I've even got some people that weren't recruited. You guys were kind of talking about somebody getting drafted. I've got some that were just not, they were done, and I come in, I'm like, give me one last hoorah, man. Just come in and put it on the field. And there's been a couple that have ended up playing with some of your summer teams. I don't know if
Yeah,
they went any further
yeah.
than that.
refound the
but,
love for the game. Just the
like,
that's
they
awesome.
just come out and ball.
Yeah, I don't know
because-
where we found Salinas from or where he showed up from.
I'm
but
pretty sure he showed up to that tryout.
that's what I mean, but I don't know where he came from beforehand. But
After the Cluckers, he then went to the Curve.
that's what we do know. But I don't. I just don't know if he was already on a different team or if he was just out there and heard about it or whatever. He was the kid that had the highlighter arm sleeve,
Right.
whatever. He always wore pink or yellow or
Yeah, I
whatever. it
remember
was.
exactly what
yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah, he was the one who ended up getting drafted, which is crazy. But yeah, I mean, that first day that we had those tryouts, like, it was just, I don't know the right words for it. It's
I
just-
didn't even honestly know what we were doing. Like, you guys invited my son out, right?
Yeah.
And I come out, and then I happen to know one of the coaches on the field that works for you.
Yeah,
And he's like, "What are you doing this week?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'll
Yeah.
play."
Yeah. No, it was very backyard baseball put together. Hey, let's just get the numbers and see what we can make of it and put it together. And then
Then
It was
boom,
like-
28 kids.
it's like, all right,
Right.
we're gonna mesh this bad boy together and make it work. And then, from that, then it's gotten more organized each year, and credit to you and the people that you've, kind of gathered, because that's what's helped us and helped the team, obviously, do a little bit more every year and get some people behind it and get excited for it. But just the concept of giving especially these high school kids that are trying to see what that next level just tastes like. It's something that's really special for them, because a lot of those guys that may have not had a place to go play at, they get the opportunity to kind of see and get a feel for who's out there, who's playing where, what's going on. And if they come up and they showcase, I know that there's been guys that have gotten picked up because they've played there, and they've been a part of the team. And without that opportunity, those kids would just be at home finishing their summer and then not doing anything.
I've even had coaches from the other teams that were playing. I think it was the Heat was one of the coaches last year.
Yeah.
That he came up and he was like, dude, give me that person's number. I got somewhere to send him.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard. I probably should touch base with that kid and see, but
Yeah.
I know for a fact that they were going to try to help him get into a school.
Right.
So
And that part of it, I think, was always kind of the idea behind it, was just like, let's give these kids a chance and just see what happens. And if they lose all 3 games, like that's happened some years,
just
so
one,
what?
just
Just
one.
You know what I
Just
mean?
one year.
So what? Like, not a big deal if they do. And if they go out and they win a game, these kids are going to be like on fire, you know, for baseball. And yeah, so it's just a big picture thing. It's not quote unquote about winning. It's just about them getting an opportunity that they typically don't get anywhere else. And it's a beautiful thing, man.
Especially
it's
on those
fun.
first 3 days. I mean, with all the coaches, scouts, and people that come out for those first 3 days. Alvin, kind of tell us, have you guys made it past round 1 in the single elimination yet?
That second year, I think we made
That
we
big
did one.
upset?
Yeah, we did one, and it was fun, man.
Who'd
we
you
keep-
upset?
It was after we played the Dirtbags that we almost won.
I'd have to go back and
Yeah.
look on our website. for
Dude,
the
I'm
Summer Ball
so.
Showdown.
This sounds bad, but I'm so engrossed in the community part of it when we're there. Like, I don't even focus. I'd love the blind draw. Like, I love that part. I just love the whole tournament. But the community part is my biggest thing. Is I really preach to those kids. Let me take care of where you're gonna play, what you're gonna do, and go out and talk to anybody and everybody that's there, because there's so many people. I think one year you guys even had scouts that came from the Royals, maybe.
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
something?
they typically show up every year, but it continues to grow.
And then like the umpires and all that, like those are people that I've seen behind the plate with my kid when he's playing and stuff, and I would say hi and give him a hard time or whatever, but we get to meet him and talk to him, and they're people there. Like
Yeah.
they sit and they watch the game. And the biggest thing about your tournament for me is that community part. Like I love it. Like the last day I come up and even if we've lost, I come and I walk around and I say hi to everybody, and it's just a good time, man.
Yeah, the people make it work, obviously, but like you said, like for the kids, if they can just socialize while they're out there and back it up with playing decently,
Right.
like it puts them on somebody's radar. Whereas, and we've talked about this a million different times in different ways on the podcast, like I don't recruit kids from I just don't care about what tournaments they play in the summer.
I
You know what
just
I mean?
called the coaches.
I just don't care. Like
Yeah.
I'm, when we're recruiting guys and we're talking about college and things like that, like there is some value in certain spots and certain things, but you guys, whatever team it is, the Padres, whatever they were, if they go down to Arkansas and they win the 18-year-old wood bat classic, Cal Ripken, Babe Ruth, whatever, I just don't give a shit. Like
Cal
you know,
Ripken, Babe Ruth.
well, whatever. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? That them playing
Merger.
against that
Merger.
competition does not translate for me to the next level.
Correct.
Right? It's like 2 C teams playing each other, and then all of a sudden I want to handpick all these guys and then throw them up to the varsity level. Like it's just there's a massive gap there. And so it's great that your statistics should be hitting 600-700. Like you should be on base every time. Like it should be that way if you want to have a successful college career, right? But I want to see statistics when you're playing against competition and level that is at the top, right?
Right.
College and beyond. And that's like the thing that is just so different about the tournament, because if these kids come out and actually play here, it's something they can stand on. Like it's something that they can say, yeah, I played in this collegiate national tournament. I went X for X. I did this. I did that. Whatever it was. Doesn't
Check
matter who
tape.
you play. Yeah.
Check tape.
They get an opportunity to showcase their skill sets against an open field that has the credibility behind collegiate level baseball.
Well, and you've heard
And-
you've heard my soapbox. I know sometimes down there at practice, you come down and kind of spy on me and just kind of see what's going on down there, because it's kind of your job for what you do. But I just really preach. I haven't coached a lot of baseball. I've been around baseball and tried to be the dad, but I've coached a lot of baseball and a lot of other things. Coach is what I do. Being a mentor is what I do.
Right.
But I really push the attitude on the field. When we're down, don't be
a Nancy.
yes, I was going to use a word. He said shit earlier. I almost use it, but I won't use it because I don't know what our rules are. But yeah,
We have no rules here.
No
I say
rules.
some nice words to the kids. If I see you throw your helmet in my dugout, you're done. And when I call the ads, when it's time for me to look, most of a lot of kids already have some of their summer teams. So I call the ads and I call the coaches and I'm like, don't send me. I'm with you. Like, I want a good player, but I want somebody with a good attitude that will go out there. And I think that's why these kids play so good together, because I don't have the selfish players. I don't have the player that thinks I know everything. I have the player that looks and goes, what can I do better? Oh man, this guy's doing that. I could try that. That's the people I want. But that's my soapbox as far as a coach is the attitude, the way you treat the umpires. Like, there should be nobody that gets in trouble by that umpire except for me.
Yep.
And I think that's only happened once. I'm pretty cool and calm usually, but
Yeah, you
But-
get three games minimum with these kids, and I watched the game that went till 4 a.m. last year, and you bring a lot of energy out there. I feel like you immerse yourself into the game as much as you possibly can. So talk about like after the game. How are you feeling after those games?
exhausted.
Exhausted.
For real, like exhausted. But it's I do put myself in for the kids, man. Like, that's our society coming up, and we could get into a big old deal on that, but it's just not the same as we were growing up. And I just want them to have fun and get out there and talk to those people. And then when we get to the field, we shut it down, and it's just all about us, and it's all about attitude. I mean, you've seen our games. We never start off winning. Like, we always sneak. we always like
back
to sneak
up,
back in.
starting in the third or
And
fourth.
it's just, if you've noticed those kids, I'm very privileged. Puts my hair on my arms are kind of standing up, as I have not had one of those teams that quit on me until the last inning was over. Not one. We're always in it, always. So
I remember, I think last year when you guys took that final L, all those guys were just huddled around each other and just, man, that was awesome talking. And I didn't want to interrupt you while you were talking to them as well. And then one player comes up to me and he goes, I want to come back.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many kids that say that to you often, or if you have returners.
I had 3 last year that called me before we had even, we kind of wait till last minute to say, okay, we're doing this, kind of seeing where the tournament's going. And I had 3 call me last year that says, hey, are you playing? Can we play? And some of these kids too have played on these other teams, not to mention the Curve, love you, Baca, but that they weren't going to let them play. And they're like, well, can I get permission to come play with you? Yeah, come on, let's do it, So yeah, I get quite a few calls, and I see these kids out and about, and I come stop by the games, when you guys are doing your thing, and you just watch them grow, But it's kind of my last chance to give them my coaching side as far as that last advice, like, go have fun, and because they're gonna turn it into a job, they will.
Yeah.
You hit
Yeah.
college, it turns into a job. You got to keep that love,
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
So
those dudes they're so appreciative, I think, or at least that's the feel that I have.
I get it too.
It's just like how appreciative they are of a chance, not to call them like the misfits, or the kids that just don't belong or anything like that, because that's not what I mean. But like, they are some kids that are getting overlooked by some other kids.
Yeah, and
like
it
you
can
just
be
said.
coming from what you said about the tournaments.
Right.
Like, they might be playing for a little school around here, like
Correct.
Clearwater or Cheney or
Yep.
something like that, and they just haven't had that opportunity.
Correct.
But they're good. Like, I have really good players.
Yep. And those are the guys that it makes all of the craziness of the 2 weeks leading into it. It makes it much more worth it to me, because those kids get that chance to showcase, but then also, like, show us, just who they are too.
Right.
Because then those are the guys that we want to stick our necks out for. Those are the guys that we want to call coach and say, hey, look, he may not be the most talented player, right? Like, he's not he's not going to be your guy that's going to do this or going to do that. But he is a guy that's going to work hard, and he is a guy that's going to, like, I just watched him, carry himself and do
Coachable,
this and do
man.
this.
Coachable.
Yeah. And those kids are the ones that's become such a massive thing in recruiting nowadays, especially for colleges. It's just they don't want headaches. Like,
Right.
and you got transfer portal kids, you got dudes that are bouncing around all over the place. I sent these guys a picture this morning of a football player who's played at like 7 different schools. It's like coaches don't want that. Like they don't, and it's part of the game, and that's a whole tangent we talk about all the time. But they're looking for kids that want to buy into their programs, and those are the kids that we want to send because it creates good pipeline for us, and it allows us to create good relationships on the other end of it too. And I feel like the Cluckers end up with a lot of those types and styles of kids.
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys saying all that, especially the stuff with like how I handle it on the field. Like, I really do put myself 110%. I mean, we go 3 weeks, let's do this, and
Well, you brought out the legend Jeff Oldenburg. So.
Oh, he
Revolutionized
did.
the
You
offense.
know,
And then he left his
the offensive scheme
fungo
obviously
here,
was
you know,
just on
just-
fire. Shout out Jeff. We had Jesse in
That
here
was,
in the chat, and
Jesse
he-
was our
he-
first year head
he was the
coach of
first year
that.
head coach of the Cluckers. And then
Yeah.
never came back.
And then
So
never
look
came
at
back.
look
Yeah.
at all the
Yeah,
things
yeah,
that
yeah.
you missed.
Appreciate
Mr.
you, buddy.
Jesse. Good job.
He decided to keep that farm that harvest going.
Mhm.
That's it was fun. It's fun to talk about the people who really care about the community and the kids in it. So
Have you played the Cluckers? Have you guys ever played them yet?
We haven't since I've been here. No,
Okay.
we haven't had the
No.
I
privilege.
think it has something to do with the blind draw.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Random at random. You actually drew some last year.
I did.
So
I did.
yeah,
He's
like,
like,
you
I'm
know,
like,
you know how it all
I
works.
pulled myself and I put us where we wanted to
Yeah.
go.
I just
yeah,
love the
no.
late games, man. You guys were talking about that 4 a.m. game, like
I'm the
God, the
same
kids,
way.
the kids love that stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's not the
They're
best
like-
from an
they're like,
event,
it's-
but
I mean, it's something they can kind of wear it as a badge. It's like, yeah, we were playing baseball till 4:30 a.m. We just woke up and we got to play at
It was-
11 a.m.
yeah.
the next
And,
Nice.
and
day.
it's funny because the people that are on your regular summer teams, they're like, "Oh, we got to play at this time," and my kids are like, "We don't have to start till 11. Let's go."
Right. The biggest complaint about those 11 p.m. games is that there's no beer.
I don't get beer. There's beer there. I didn't even know there was beer there.
Yeah,
Well, we
it's
from
by
an
the
event
time-
standpoint, it's hard. Like it's definitely harder. But
but when the Cluckers are playing, the
But-
crowd
but
the
when the
crowd
teams
comes
are-
with them. It's
yeah, the right teams get that draw. It makes it
it's
a lot more fun.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it makes it a
It
lot
was-
more fun.
It was the Heat were on the other field against who are they playing?
I don't remember.
But that was a pretty good game.
Texas Army.
No, it was
That's it.
it was later. And then of course they were playing Mulvane. Mulvane always shows up and supports too. So that was a really good.
It was just we had decent crowds. I think it might have
Yeah.
been Team Oakley.
They almost upset Mulvane last year.
I don't remember who it was.
Then I
well,
think
yeah, they were playing Mulvane. That was the game that went till 4:30.
it was so fun
Yeah.
too.
18-15 or
But
whatever it was.
for the record, when I get done, I don't care about that. I just want Sheldon's mom's food and the Chick-fil-A. Like, I'm starving
Oh
by
my
4
goodness.
Oh,
I had
here we
so
go.
many
Talking
Chick-fil-A
S-
sandwiches.
SBS food for coaches. Yeah.
It's still, by the way, it could be 5 hours old and it's delicious by the
yeah.
time. the
Oh
game's
man,
over.
Those Red Robin burgers.
Those were
Those were.
Oh my
I had
gosh.
like 9 of them.
Oh wow.
At
those
4 in the
were-
morning,
wow.
somebody ate them all already.
There he is.
Well, you
There he
just,
is.
took it
all
back
you do
home.
is smash them
Yeah.
together and
Yeah.
just keep
Yeah.
Those-
smash.
Had
eat
those,
3 of
the
them.
Chick-fil-A sandwiches, and the Freddy burgers.
And the mac and cheese.
Oh, man.
Sheldon's mom's mac and
Oh
cheese.
man, here we go.
Yeah, we don't miss
Shut-
meals out at the
yeah,
SBS.
yeah,
That's a
shout
fact.
out-
you got to
shout out
stay
to-
fueled. You got to
Yeah.
Shout out to Sly's Sides. That's a brand that we roll with every year. She's amazing in our player tent and all that good stuff. But Alvin, I follow you on social media, and I know you take that Cluckers jersey everywhere you go. So
Yeah.
where have you traveled with that thing?
It has been to for Sheldon, the Bears games, baby.
Oh.
It's been to a Cubs game. It's been to Colorado to go snow skiing.
Wow.
That's my furthest ones, I think. But yeah, my whole family has them. They wear them all the time. My son wears his pretty much at least once a week at some
Nice.
point, whether it's bedtime or going to college. But yeah, I'm telling you, we started off with these T-shirts, and now we got these button-up sweet shirts. Sweet jerseys.
Yeah,
Bears game.
that's a fun thing. I always see the pictures, or I get a personal text message with you guys wearing them on
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
The
And
last
it's-
Chicago Cubs game, I think my whole family actually wore them. I think I got a picture of we all had them on.
That's cool.
with Wrigley in
Yeah,
the background.
there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
There you go. Go recruit some players from Chicago.
I've been trying to get Sheldon to hire me. I would love to do recruiting. So if anybody out there is looking for a recruiter, I'll go around and watch some baseball for you.
There you go.
Just an area scout.
Send me wherever you want, brother. I'll go watch baseball anywhere you want me to go.
So let's talk a little bit more about your community presence. Cluckers Baseball isn't all that you do. So give some people some information about you and what you do for a living.
I'm a chiropractor. I run Innate Chiropractic. It's at 235 in Central. I've been in practice, I think, 13. I'm kind of getting to that point where I'm losing track of numbers.
That's why there's gray in your beard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just love doing business. I work with a lot of people that do real estate stuff. But as far as my chiropractic office, we have a massage therapist. I have a nurse practitioner now, so we're kind of trying to turn into. It's really hard to find a good primary care provider in town that's not already busy. If they're good, they're slammed. They're not taking new patients. So we've kind of picked that up. We do IVs. We do hormone stuff. We do blood work. Pretty much, if you need help and you're not finding somebody that will sit and listen to you, that's where I come in. I mean, that's my thing is I like to listen and I like to find an answer to the problem, which, and what I do, that's good.
Yeah.
At home, sometimes I need to try to fix the problem, but that's what I like to do is find that research. I've got a really good team. I got 3 other guys that work with me, and then I've got a associate doc. We do DOTs for your truck drivers out there. So if you don't know if I do it, you just give me a call. Call the office, get a hold of Sheldon. Or any of these guys. They all have my personal number. I love Wichita. I've grown up here. I have a lot of good connections. If I can't help you, I know somebody that can, and that's why I like, even with your Clucker stuff, is the more people I know in the town, the happier I am.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think the one thing that I can showcase a little bit about your chiropractic place is you showed up to our golf tournament, our KCLB golf tournament, and offered free adjustments for the entire crew that came out there. I mean, that thing always sells out, and that was awesome. And then talk a little bit of that golf tournament.
That was a good time, man. It was a good time. But we played in it also, just for the record. So we adjusted and then we went and played, and then I don't even know where we came up on that. I'm a competitive person when we're one-on-one, but when we do these events, I'm really just there just to have a good time. Like SBS, there to have a good time. But it was a lot of fun. Like, I think that's the second year I've done it with you guys.
Yeah.
The prizes are amazing. We'll give that one to Dave. Like your door prizes and your raffle prizes are amazing.
Well, I don't win the golf. I don't win the putters. I am terrible at winning stuff on certain sites that we keep track of. But as far as everything else, we try to partner and get some cool stuff out there for the guys, not just baseball related.
No, it wasn't. There was firearms and there was all kinds of stuff. It's a good time, man.
It's a popular one.
It's a really, really
Very
good time.
popular.
Took all my raffle tickets.
I would
They
tell
were
everybody to
in the
come out, but I'm
guns.
kind of scared that if we keep telling them to come out, that we're going to have to start doing 2 sessions. And I don't want to do the afternoon session. I want to do the morning session. So.
I gotcha.
But-
yeah, I try to keep it in the morning, but sometimes the afternoon is the only option, depending on where things fall.
Yeah, we might be moving locations this
You
year.
never
so
know.
Where are we going?
Ooh,
we don't know yet.
Okay, I'll find out after that.
Yeah, we're gonna
We're
see
doing
what
it here.
happens there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
we're-
an indoor
it's-
golf
We're
tournament
just,
now.
we're just bringing
backyard golf.
We're
Yes.
bringing in the moving putt course.
I'll go wherever you go as long as you don't tell me it's disc golf because I don't know how to play that.
I don't know how to
Oh,
play
you'll
disc golf
learn.
either, but no, it's just a fun event to be a part of. I always see you out and about when I go out and about and stuff like that. We've ran into each other at the Wichita Open a few times and all of that good stuff. And
I just like doing those events. I mean, get my plugs in or whatever. But if there's any events, we have I forgot to tell you, sorry, but the nonprofit. I got a nonprofit that's for military. So anybody that's in military, retired military, going into the military, they get half off their adjustments. It goes through a nonprofit. I work with recovering addicts, and I don't know how much you guys know about addicts, but when they're addicted to something like drugs, when they come off of it, they're pretty much considered always a recovering addict because you're always fighting that feeling of wanting whatever it is you're addicted to. So the nonprofit serves those two things. So instead of them going, they go to the ER, and what do you think the ER does? Oh, you got pain? Here's a pain pill. Well, it says right on the chart, don't give me no medicine because of the fact that I'm trying not to take medicine.
Right.
So it gives them a place to come to kind of decrease that pain so that they don't have to hit that point. But it just makes it affordable. So I do have that nonprofit too. But I just like doing the events. I do a lot of VFW golf tournaments. Anytime the VFW calls me, I'll show up. And we usually throw up a table. We have to be careful if there's alcohol involved because we need to be able to sit down and have like a discussion about health and have that first exam. But if it's something that I can, we will bring massage therapy out, and who knows, maybe we can start bringing some IV bags out and stuff since we got that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So I know
The
not
after
to shortchange addiction, but what if it's caffeine?
Okay.
We'll get you an IV bag, get you hydrated. You won't need it anymore. We'll throw some vitamin C in there.
What are some of the other, like, with you guys over at N8, like, what are other organizations that you work with? So I know you and I, obviously, with the football team, we were doing some stuff together over there, but they're no longer, at least not this year, operating. What are some of the other organizations that you guys are working with?
I do a lot with the high schools. I'm really kind of starting to get into Northwest High School. Like I said, the VFW, military. So everywhere I go, military. I met a couple guys at the SBS where I got with them. I go all the way from that hair place across the street. Eric Fisher? I work with Eric Fisher. If you have a group of people that I can help and we can switch some stuff where I get my name out there and get to know people, I'll do it.
Sure.
But I need to work on my list, I guess, because I don't really have have a huge list because it's just whatever comes my bout, I'll go.
Sure.
I work with exclusive events.
Oh, yeah.
I love them. They let me come out and put my stuff up, and I help them open the place and close them the final Fridays. You guys should come out when that starts in the summer.
Yep.
I love them. They're amazing people. The two owners, the husband and wife owners, they're amazing. So I go out and put some elbow grease in, and then they let me just hang out. They treat me like kings. That's how I get into the PGA stuff. They treat me like a king. Like, that's just, it's not all
People
about the
helping
money.
people.
It's not all about the money.
Yeah.
Like, if I could do chiropractic and not charge anybody anything, I would. If
Yeah.
I didn't have a family to feed and bills to pay, I would. And that's kind of what I fight. And I see you guys do it too. Is, I probably should charge more. I should probably do this, and I should probably do that according to business people. But it's not what I live for, man.
Yep. No, I share in that sentiment for sure, because there's definitely, you could do it a million different ways, when you really try to break stuff down and look at it. But at the end of the day, like, if you're doing what you love and you enjoy it, find ways to continue that side more so than worrying about the dollars and cents.
I'm just one of those, God will provide, man.
Yeah.
If I keep doing what I'm
100%.
supposed to do, God will provide for me.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Amen
Love
to
it.
that. Yep. Well, does anybody have any questions for Alvin?
Sean, got anything brewing over there? No brew today, but anything
I'll
brewing in
get
the
one.
brain?
I'll get one later.
Brewing in the brain or brewing in the drinks?
7 brew.
Yeah. Why are we talking to me right now?
You're being awful quiet.
Usually
Usually
just
you're
wondering
talking.
if you had a question.
Yeah, usually I come in here, you're talking all kinds of trash. You're being all nice today. How was your fantasy football?
Not good.
No.
Not good. How was yours? You had a successful season.
I did
there,
right
yeah.
up until the end, and then I
Yeah.
don't know what happened. Like,
Yeah. I think it's cool. Obviously you're around here a lot, and as you said, God will provide. And our big thing that we talk about here is serving. So anything we can do to serve the community and better somebody else, then we're trying to honor God in that. So obviously it's great to pair with like-minded people. I've met you over the last few years. You've known these guys much longer, and so it's just been fun getting to be involved in stuff with you. And like I said, the Cluckers is always fun. I'm always rooting for you guys until you guys play us, and that hasn't happened yet. So hopefully
maybe we can work on that blind draw this year.
Yeah. We'll figure that
I'm
out.
I'm still waiting for Sean to get his first adjustment.
What's
Yeah.
about to happen on the floor?
I don't know. I'm always
He's,
scared of chiropractors. I feel like if I get one, I'm never gonna stop going.
That's like saying if you get a massage, you never know.
Same
Like,
thing. I'm never.
heaven
Chill
forbids
out,
you feel
Deshaun.
better, you know.
No,
Like,
no, I can't do that. But
Sean Deshaun.
I may have to visit though. I think you got. I got all kinds of stuff wrong.
Well,
with me,
that's
so.
I tell people, anybody in their community is if you're scared of chiropractic or you don't think you need chiropractic, my door's always open. Consults are free. You don't even have to sit down and talk to me. Come in and meet my crew. I have a really good crew. It's kind of like
Yeah.
coming here. Like sometimes I just pop in, just come shoot the
Yeah.
shit and
Yeah.
hang out. You know.
Yep.
Every once in a while somebody has to give me a code, so I got close the door and I walk in like I'm the king, and like I just like that atmosphere where I'm like. I get to do whatever I want. I'm gonna go up there and hang out.
You're part of the fam.
I like being part of the family more than I like money, man.
There you go.
But
Tell us
yeah.
a little bit. Are you going to do anything on like anything different with Cluckers this year? Right, like last year, I know we started a lot earlier in communications and things like that. Are you guys, are you thinking, coaching wise? Like, have you checked in with the guys that helped you last year? Are you planning on keeping staff guys around the same? Are you looking for some new bodies?
if I saw the coaching staff going the way I want, is Matt DeLeon is one I picked up.
Yep,
His kids are in the baseball world, and he had some stuff going on last year and couldn't help me as much. So if I could have him and our our God baseball coach is sitting here, hopefully listening somewhere back in here, pick him back up again. I'd be pretty happy with just the three of us. But as far as kids, last year at the very end, I found really good responses. I talked to a couple of the coaches in Goddard and a couple of the coaches at Northwest, and that was really big to me. Is they started helping me send kids and stuff. I think probably start that a little earlier, see if I can catch them, because I do run into the fact that they've been recruited by people that see them all year round. Like I'm not in the baseball all year round anymore, so I don't get to see all those kids.
Reach out to your alma mater.
Which is who?
Derby.
No, I need to call them all. I do. I had two from Derby last year, actually. But no, that's kind of my goal now. As we start getting closer, is just making some of those phone calls instead of, before I would talk to kids when I'm at the baseball fields and all that. And probably be careful about. I love picking up the kids that want to return. But I did notice that I started filling some of those high school spots.
Yep.
So, those high school kids, if you see them or there's anybody on here, if something comes up, I'd like to get them rostered early so I know what spots I need to help. And I'll always take pictures. That's where we run out. We just run it. And I think it's every team, really, unless you have a
15.
program like the Curve where you have as many pictures available as I do on my whole team. And I like picking on the Curve because, just for the record on the podcast, is me and Baca are really good friends. I really enjoy him. He always helps me if I make a phone call. But I do like picking on him. It's kind of like my Green Bay.
There you go again.
Oh, here it is.
But I think that's the biggest thing, is just reaching out to some of those coaches that I hadn't done that before until last year. And they're starting to know who we are. It goes back to, they've been out there, they've seen their kids play, because they come out and watch their kids play too. Like I had Coach at Goddard, and he's like, let me know when you guys play because I want to see him play his last game.
Right.
Which
watch the blind draw. You'll know.
Right. The blind draw.
Well, and for anybody listening too, obviously these are all local kids, and these are kids that are in our community. So, if you're out there, run a business, or you're doing something, reach out to us, reach out to Alvin. Like, let's find a way to get you guys involved so we can make the experience for the kids as best as possible, right? Because these kids, some of them are on their way out of the game, and some of them are looking for new opportunity. There's a lot of walks of life that are, getting an opportunity to go out there and play. And, so finding cool stuff that they can have is, like the jerseys as memorabilia, and, having that story to tell their friends and family, down the road and things like that. I think everybody can kind of remember points and times in their lives where they have those. And that's what we're trying to give back to the kids. Like that's ultimately what we're trying to grow there. And it's fun to watch kids running around the complex and, just bringing families out and, just that type of stuff, because that's, ultimately I grew up in some form of falling in love with the game because of that type of, scenery, and because of that type of culture and that type of thing. So it's an important piece for us and trying to give back with what we got going on. Have you guys had anybody like, I'm trying to remember, did you guys have someone that was in the home run derby that did pretty well? I don't
we had
remember.
2, and one came out early, and I can't remember who it was. All these games start to come together for me because
I
we
know,
play
me
so
too.
late.
Just
But
run into
we had
each
one
other.
that got close, and I will give props to you guys on that one too. Is I know that 2 years ago there was a guy that I had a young kid that was like our bat boy,
Yeah.
and I just picked him up because he was playing there, and I'm like, hey, you want to come be bat boy? And he came, and then he went and played, and he won the gloves that my kid always wants. Bolts.
Bruce Bolts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bruce Bolts.
Mm.
Won his bolts.
I thought
and,
that there was a kid, somebody associated with the Cluckers. I just remember them winning something.
last
might be
year,
what I was
Last
thinking
year we
about.
had one that went pretty far, but I don't think he
Yeah.
brought. I actually think I had to take him because we started playing. I think he had
Oh.
to walk out of
Like,
it
hey.
actually.
Got to get back.
Yeah.
But I hope that you guys keep me. We'll call it employed, even though I still haven't got my check. No,
I'm
keep
waiting
me,
on mine too.
Keep
Yeah,
me
same.
on the field till we get to pull one of those all nighter tournaments. I'd really like to see where we stay up all night.
You know, I just want to
Wait,
put a
you
plug.
guys don't stay up all night?
Oh, you don't?
4 o'clock seemed like pretty all night. Like,
Oh man,
I don't know how the kids do it because you remember when you played baseball or you played your sports and you left the game at night and your toes hurt and like you're walking to your car and your whole body hurts just because it's late.
I know every one
We,
of those
we
feelings.
buy
while
we
I'm-
buy a
for a-
brand new bottle of ibuprofen and it's gone by the end of the
Yeah,
tournament.
Like
Uh,
I'm not even playing, but I'm walking to my car. I'm like, why did I park so far away?
leaving at 5 a.m., getting to bed by 8, and have to be back by 10 or 11 a.m. It's the SBS.
Yeah,
You know,
it is. It
the
is.
little plug here. If there's anyone that watches this and you want to sponsor the Cluckers hats,
Yes,
man,
yes.
that's the one thing that has been missing for them for their entirety of their existence.
And
Having their own
And
hat.
speaking of that,
Yeah.
like all these other teams, all these people pay this. The kids pay all their money in, right? Like we don't make these kids pay. Like we sponsor them. My office gives
Not
money.
yet.
We do whatever. But I mean, they don't pay me. Like these jerseys and stuff. Like we buy them, and then we might sell them back to them or whatever. Or we do things to where we get these jerseys last minute, even rush them. So anybody that wants to help with that, like we would love it because
Yeah, we'll throw your logo on it. You know, just
Yeah.
those kind of things. For it's for those guys. You know, we want to give back and give them that opportunity for sure.
Because I don't want to go up to them 3 weeks or 3 days before the tournament and be like, you can play, but you got to pay this money. Whereas I just want you to come play, man.
Yeah.
Just come play.
Yeah, those situations are much harder to get the amount of bodies that you need.
Especially high school
You know,
parents, like
yeah.
they've been paying.
Yeah, they
all these
wasted all their
fees
money
since
on
they
the
were
Arkansas
3
Babe
years old.
Ruth Cal Ripken.
And
Right,
to
and
be
the
honest,
hotels.
the hats that you've designed
between the Babe
and
Ruth
you're
and
sitting
the
on
Cal
are
Ripken.
just
we got a ring down
yeah,
there.
they're pretty
they're
sweet.
pretty sweet.
We almost had it last year,
Almost
but we
had
just, like you said, we just don't come up with enough time for all the money to come in. I focus on the kids, man. I focus on getting those kids in there. So
Yeah.
We do. The Daubers do have a kid who played for the Cluckers last year. He's going to be playing for us this summer. So,
and
Did you reach out and ask if that was okay?
no, I didn't.
Oh well.
No, we
Just do whatever you
took 'em.
want.
Hey, did we have them sign that contract? Or what?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
We might have to go check the paperwork on that.
yeah, I'm just,
check it.
But that is
That
really
paperwork's gone.
Yeah.
now that you say that, it does make it fun. Like there's been every year, there's kids that had played with us, high school or whatever, and they've moved to the Curve and the Daubers and all that, and we play against them.
Yeah,
And
it's-
actually, that last game that we lost, the pitcher Tyke,
Creekmore?
Tyke Creekmore.
Mm-hmm.
he's the one that finished us off, and that little punk. Love him. I love you, Tyke. But he didn't play the whole game against us because they played in the game before. But because I was his old coach, they let him come in and pitch the last inning.
Oh,
And he
shut-
came in and shut it down 3 up, 3 down. And I was like, what is that? Like, what is that?
Rude.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Rude.
So we got to meet at the field. We got to meet at the thing and talk a little trash. But he was with me. I think it was my first year. He played with me 2 years in a row.
I think he's a Green Bay fan too.
Well,
He's
I
having
still-
a rough day.
dude, I still love him, but it sure is nice to be on top.
Little brother giving some black eyes over there.
Oh dang. Yeah, I
Run the
actually
ball,
had
run
Tyke in
the
here
ball.
do a promo for our pitching mounts.
Yeah.
So
Are we using the same ones as last year?
yeah, they're stored
Good.
in the facility.
Loved them.
Yeah, the Portalite pitching mound. They finally gave it a name. It's called the Stingray.
I
And,
loved them.
Because
yeah,
it kind of looks like a stingray.
I guess.
And it wasn't, in those in the evenings, it kind of gets kind of damp out, like with the weather changes
Player
where
is
we're
the
at.
tail.
And we didn't notice as much of the slipping and falling. That was the biggest thing for me. Is last thing I want to do is get these kids injured before they go off to play their college ball. I was pretty impressed with them.
I wanted to pitch off him, but I was taken off the roster.
Which is a whole different
Uh,
podcast.
yeah.
by the
Do you
way.
need somebody to pitch for?
Oh, hey.
Interesting. Technically, if
Ooh.
you're off the Valley Center roster, you could moonlight for the
we go.
Cluckers.
I need
Oh,
pitchers. I
hey.
need pitchers.
Road to 90.
Here it starts again.
Interesting.
Oh man.
Technically, you had to have been rostered for Valley Center.
Yeah,
you were
technically.
listed as a coach.
Yeah.
But Chris could not list you as a coach, and you could just.
So he didn't list me as a coach.
Yeah, he did.
No, I'm saying you were listed,
You
so
were-
you were rostered. Coaches are
Unreal.
technically on the roster.
Hey, we're
Technically,
early.
Alvin,
We can work this.
Alvin could hop up onto the mound and do what he's got to do.
First, let's get you adjusted once
Oh,
to see how it goes.
Speaking of that, I got a funny story for you. The
Okay.
tournament you're asking about. Were you digging for my hamstring story? Did you hear about that?
No.
So we played in your stuff, right? First hole, we're on 18, right? Do you remember what 18
For the
was?
golf
Race-
tournament?
race
Yeah.
the
The
player.
race the player?
Yes,
Yeah.
race the player. So none of my guys are going to do it. Mind you, it's the chiropractors I work for, but they're like, I'm too old. I'm like, man, I'll pull a hamstring. And they're like, no, you do it. Okay, I'll do it. So I go and I pick who I think is the slowest guy. I pick the biggest bag we have. And I'm like, I'm just going to run 50% so we can hit this ball. And we get about halfway through the run, and I'm almost beating him. So my competitive drive kicks in, and I take off,
no.
and there was
Another
a hill,
step. Yeah.
black and blue by hole one.
Oh no.
And I was like walking with my putter. I couldn't go up the hills. I had to go around the hills.
Oh wow.
It was cart path only, so they were like pulling me as close as they could. I finished the whole 18 holes. Had one of the best golf games I've ever had because I
Do a
couldn't.
little less.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything but just
Yeah.
hit the ball. But I still tell stories all the time that if somebody asks me to do something, like I can't even play golf without pulling my hamstring. Like
I think I know which kid you raced too.
it was the
Valley
biggest,
guy?
like the
Did-
tallest, biggest. Like
Yes. But yeah, one of those kids who was racing with one of the Daubers kids. He at one of the other races he had, he fell and hit his shoulder, and that was a whole thing all summer. Was like he couldn't. He was a catcher and he couldn't throw it. He landed on his throwing
Oh,
shoulder.
no.
So note to whoever makes this program, make sure it's flat ground
If-
because it was on the green, so the green kind of went down and you don't see it, or the
The
Tee off box.
Tee box,
Yeah.
yeah.
and I just caught that corner.
Oh,
man, I
man.
hurt so bad for 2 weeks, but I finished that game and I adjusted people afterwards.
That is-
Yeah.
What a trooper.
Whoever puts a race down the hill or up the hill.
Do you know the people we golf with? Do you see any of them racing?
I'm just saying. Like what?
Why would
Maybe just
you
take
could have
that
just
one
paid
out.
to get out of it?
Come on now, it was competition. I've already
Going
spent all my
for it.
money on the raffle tickets by the time I get out to the holes.
That's,
That's
fair.
fair.
Point.
I need to spend more money on the raffle tickets.
You gotta win one, man.
Dude, you got to win some.
You guys just,
I mean,
you're
we've
bad
had
at drawing.
we've
That's
had a
all I
guy win 2 guns in 3 years,
Yeah.
know. So ridiculous.
or Jesse Meisch from Mulvane
that
just
dude.
go ham for 2 years. Like he
Yeah.
just
That dude. Now, to his defense, he spends a ton of money on the raffle.
Oh yeah,
so
he'll have tickets. You
his
can't.
odds,
Even,
yeah,
like,
his odds
Taller
of
than
winning
him
are
twice.
better than anybody else.
I
But,
can't have too many. I can't keep track of it.
dude. His are like long, like
Yeah.
longer than the table.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
buys
he-
a bunch of.
He's
them.
like, give me that roll. Like,
Yeah,
can I
pretty
have that
much.
roll?
no,
I think
he's
he's
won,
got a
but I bet
putt.
he's won 4 or 5 things.
yeah. I think he had 2 putters in the last
I
couple
know
of
he
years.
won. Didn't he win a gun?
He
Did
won a
win
gun.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
putters were sweet too. I like my firearms, but those putters were sweet.
Yeah,
There's a couple that we can show you.
yeah. We got 2 of them for this upcoming year already.
I just don't want to get so deep into the family I can't win stuff. Okay, so keep me on that borderline.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Cool. Awesome.
Well, do you have any plugs that you want to throw out there? This is the time where we you do some shout outs and stuff like that.
The biggest thing for me is just my office, man. I try to grow that because of whatever I can make there gets me out in the community. So just holler at me if there's anything we can do for you in the office. Come by and say hi. Like just come in and say hi and meet the crew and give us a hard time. We're really laid back. Like he said, he's never seen me with my hat off. Like I'm the chiropractor that wears his hat backwards and wears his hoodie, and like I'm actually dressed up today because my hoodie says Dr. Alvin because I'm gonna go hand some stuff. Like that's how I roll. So biggest thing is just my office. That's my pride and joy besides getting out and volunteering and doing those things. So if I can do anything, even if you don't know if we have it, just holler at me. If I don't have it, we find it. Like I call Sheldon, hey, you need windows to your house, call me. I'll be like, hey guys, you guys got a window guy? Like I want you to spend your money with the people that we have here in the community, and know that it's somebody's going to take care of my people. So that's my biggest plug. And for Sheldon, go Bears. We were talking trash, and then I was talking trash when you texted me and said you want to come to the podcast. I'm like, oh yeah, today's the perfect day. I need to go give Sheldon a hug.
Go.
I said today's
But no,
the day.
I love you guys, man. I appreciate everything you guys do, and if I can, like I say, if I don't know something or it's baseball related, I send them to you, and I dig it. I love the fact that I know that you'll take care of whoever I send over. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, well, we're glad that you joined us today. Alvin, we always close this thing out with a prayer, and we turn it over to Sean for that most of the time.
Good.
So,
I didn't know that.
So, Sean, do you mind leading us in prayer?
I do not mind.
I always try to get him. I always try to get him. Yeah.
I do. Oh, Lord, thank you for another day, and thank you for waking us up this morning and giving us an opportunity to have a great conversation. Just pray for the future Cluckers team. It all comes together well, and they all stay healthy and have another great tournament and turnout this year. Pray for Alvin and his practice and getting out to the community. Lord, just thank you for bringing us around like-minded people who want to serve and better everyone else they're around. So just thank you for him, and thank you for all the work he does and all the partnership with us, of course, Lord. Thank you for bringing us together with that. Your Lord, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Well, that's it for episode 56, Cluckers Baseball, featuring Alvin Dodson. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.